Hello again. Now this week I'm going to talk to you about 5 things that are excellent at keeping happiness away. So the first thing is overthinking. If you're constantly processing something and turning it over and over in your mind and obsessing about it and thinking about how you could have done things differently, thinking about what's going to happen if, thinking about all those conversations that you had in your head that are one-sided. So if you said this, he's going to say that, or she's going to say that, and then you'll say this and you'll say that, and then you get there and they don't say anything like that because they haven't got your script. Or if you're constantly obsessing or overthinking about something that happened in the past, that is almost certainly trauma. That's definitely where anxiety stems from, and that's something I can release you from. Overthinking is massively common, especially these days in a climate where we're constantly being stimulated by notifications, devices, media. That is kind of training us to overthink. So overthinking is the first one. The second one is hypervigilance. That's where you're constantly looking for something, constantly checking your email feed, constantly checking whether such a body was last live on WhatsApp, whether somebody's read your message and why they've not responded to you yet. Looking over your shoulder to see if anybody's talking about you, noticing that when you go into a room, are people going quiet? Is anybody looking at you funny? You're observing. That vigilance is observation, constantly looking for things that you need to worry about or increase your anxiety about. And in actual fact, the real issue here is, can you control that? What are you going to do if you notice these things? How are you going to resolve the issue just by constantly checking something? And you are dangerously close to moving towards OCD if you're getting into this zone. The third thing is oversensitivity. This is massively common with people with anxiety and depression. They take everything personally. Everything seems like an attack, a personal affront. Somebody is doing something to make you feel a certain way. You never recognize the fact that you're being oversensitive. People might tell you you're being oversensitive, but you don't acknowledge this because you think that it's their fault that you have been hurt. So oversensitivity is a massive symptom of anxiety and stress. On from that, number 4 is sort of on the back of the last one, and that's overreacting. That's overreacting not just to other people's behaviour, but to everything. To noises, to sounds, to sudden movement, sudden noises. We're only actually born with 2 fears, and loud noises is one of them, and the other is a fear of falling. Everything else we learn. So if you're overreacting to stimulus around you or getting worked up, that is an absolute clear indication that you need some help. And then finally, the last one. I alluded to this last week, but trying to be in control. Trying to be in control of your environment, the people around you, the work that you do, the phone calls that you make, the messages that you send, and trying to control all of that is what will destroy happiness right now in the present. Staying in the present and in the moment and looking at what it is you have to do now, that is the key. That is the secret. But if you're plagued with overthinking, overwatching, being oversensitive and overreacting to everything around you, that is a full-time job, beyond a full-time job. So many of my clients after the 3rd session are saying to me, I've got all this time on my hands. I've got all this headspace. It's amazing what I can achieve, because instead of overthinking, overreacting, being oversensitive and over-observant, they're actually getting on with their lives. They're being productive, and they are bringing all their hopes and dreams are closer to them every single day. And within each moment, they are finding not just happiness, not just normality, not just not feeling shit anymore. They are finding their bliss. And that is what I want for every single one of you that comes through my doors or through my computer. So don't forget, if any of those are keeping your happiness away, you know where I am. 3 sessions, 2 weeks, 1 brave message. Bye for now.